When someone hurts you, your immediate emotional response may be to react impulsively, whether through words or actions. However, in doing so, you are essentially handing over control of your emotions and behavior to that person. This loss of control can lead to regret and further conflict, as your reaction may not reflect your true self or intentions. When you maintain control in these situations, you keep the power to dictate how you will handle the interaction. Furthermore, by keeping a level head, you position yourself as a person of strength and resilience. This not only commands respect from others, but also ensures that you remain aligned with your values and principles, even under stress. Instead of feeling regret over an emotional outburst, you can reflect on how you handled the situation with grace, knowing you stayed true to who you are. Maintaining control in emotionally charged situations allows you to protect your peace of mind and personal integrity. It preserves your energy, which can be drained by unnecessary drama or conflict. Most importantly, it gives you the ability to respond thoughtfully, in a way that serves your long-term interests rather than simply reacting based on the emotions of the moment. When someone hurts or offends you, your instinct might be to react immediately, perhaps in anger or frustration. However, reacting impulsively often intensifies the situation, leading to an escalation of the conflict. What starts as a small misunderstanding or offense can quickly grow into a larger, more damaging dispute if emotions take control. By choosing not to react impulsively, you prevent the situation from spiraling out of control. When you respond to hurt with anger, aggression, or harsh words, the other party is likely to respond in kind, creating a cycle of negative reactions. Each person becomes defensive, and the focus shifts from resolving the issue to simply defending one's own stance or retaliating. In such moments, neither party is truly listening or trying to understand the other. The original issue becomes lost in the heightened emotions, and the conflict can grow beyond what it initially was. Sometimes situations escalate to a point where relationships are permanently damaged, all because emotions were allowed to fuel the fire. By choosing not to react emotionally, you break this cycle. You create space for calmness, reflection, and potentially a resolution. When you remain composed, it can influence the other person to also calm down, reducing the chances of further provocation. This opens the door to a more constructive dialogue where both parties are more willing to listen and understand each other's perspectives. In some cases, your refusal to escalate the situation may even lead the other person to reflect on their behavior and realize that their actions were hurtful or uncalled for. Moreover, by avoiding escalation, you give yourself the opportunity to approach the situation with clarity. You can think about the underlying issues, the motives behind the hurtful actions, and whether the situation is worth addressing or letting go. This clarity often leads to more thoughtful and measured responses that can help resolve the conflict rather than exacerbate it. Sometimes what seems like a major issue in the heat of the moment can appear much smaller when you give yourself time to step back and think before reacting. In the long run, avoiding escalation not only prevents unnecessary conflict but also preserves relationships. When you consistently choose to stay calm and not react impulsively, you build a reputation as someone who is rational, patient, and in control. This often leads others to treat you with more respect and makes them more willing to engage with you in a positive way, even when disagreements arise. By refusing to let emotions take over and escalate a situation, you protect both yourself and your relationships from unnecessary harm. When someone hurts you, it can be tempting to react quickly and emotionally, especially if the offense feels personal or unfair. However, reacting impulsively often puts your dignity at risk. In the heat of the moment, you might say or do things that don't truly represent who you are or what you stand for. Words spoken in anger can be sharp and damaging, not just to the person you're addressing, but also to your own sense of self-respect. Once those words are out there, they can't be taken back, and you might find yourself feeling ashamed or regretful for having acted out of character. Preserving your dignity means maintaining your sense of self-respect. Even in difficult situations, it's about ensuring that, regardless of how others treat you, you don't compromise your values or stoop to a level that would diminish your own sense of worth. When you react emotionally to someone who hurts you, you're allowing them to dictate your behavior, often pushing you into a defensive or combative position that doesn't align with who you truly are. In contrast, when you stay calm and composed, you show that your self-worth isn't dependent on how others treat you. Another important aspect of dignity is the way you handle yourself in front of others. When you're in a public or professional setting, reacting poorly can affect not only your self-image, but also how others perceive you. Even if you're justified in feeling hurt, an emotional outburst might make you appear unstable or overly sensitive. On the other hand, maintaining your composure even when hurt shows maturity and strength. It demonstrates that you can rise above the situation without being diminished by it. Preserving dignity also involves understanding that your response to hurtful situations reflects more on you than on the person who caused the offense. You can't control how others act, but you can control how you respond. Choosing to rise above the situation allows you to walk away with your head held high, knowing that you didn't let someone else's negativity bring you down. Over time, people who preserve their dignity in tough situations earn respect from others as they are seen as strong, composed individuals who don't let their emotions rule them. Lastly, when you preserve your dignity, you also protect your inner peace. Emotional outbursts and reactions often lead to lingering feelings of regret, guilt, or shame, which can weigh heavily on your mind. But when you maintain your composure, you avoid these negative emotions, allowing yourself to move on from the situation more quickly and with a clear conscience. You are left with the satisfaction of knowing that you acted with integrity, kept your self-respect intact, and did not allow anyone else's behavior to define you. This is one of the most powerful ways to preserve your dignity in the face of hurt or conflict. In moments when someone hurts or offends you, how you choose to respond speaks volumes about your level of maturity. Reacting impulsively with anger, frustration, or defensiveness might feel like the natural course of action, especially when emotions are running high. However, reacting in this way often signals a lack of emotional maturity, as it shows that your behavior is being driven by your immediate emotions rather than thoughtful consideration. On the other hand, when you take a step back and choose to respond calmly and rationally, you demonstrate a higher level of maturity. Maturity is reflected in the ability to manage your emotions effectively. This means understanding that just because someone else has acted in a way that is hurtful, it doesn't mean you have to react in kind. Emotional maturity involves the awareness that you have control over your own behavior, and that reacting with patience and thoughtfulness rather than impulse is the wiser path. This level of self-regulation indicates that you have the strength to resist being controlled by fleeting emotions, which can often lead to actions or words that you might later regret. By showing maturity, you are also acknowledging that not all situations deserve an emotional reaction. Sometimes people act out of their own pain, insecurities, or misunderstandings. When you respond to these actions with maturity, you demonstrate a broader understanding of human behavior and the complexities of emotions. Rather than seeing the situation as a personal attack, you recognize that the hurtful behavior might not even be about you, it could be a reflection of what the other person is going through. This perspective allows you to respond with empathy or detachment rather than defensiveness, which shows emotional intelligence and growth. Maturity is also about seeing the bigger picture. When faced with a situation where you've been hurt, reacting impulsively might satisfy your immediate emotional need to retaliate or defend yourself, but it often leads to negative consequences in the long run. A mature response, however, involves thinking ahead. You consider how your actions will affect your relationships, reputation, and sense of self. You understand that a calm, composed response can lead to better outcomes, whether that's preserving a relationship, maintaining your professional standing, or simply avoiding unnecessary conflict. By choosing maturity, you demonstrate foresight and the ability to prioritize long-term well-being over short-term emotional satisfaction. Another important aspect of maturity is the ability to let go of the need to always be right or have the last word. In many situations, responding to hurt or offense with anger is driven by a desire to prove a point, win an argument, or assert dominance. However, maturity involves recognizing that not every conflict needs to be won, and not every situation requires a confrontation. Sometimes walking away or responding with silence is the most mature thing you can do, as it shows that you are secure enough in yourself to not be swayed by others' provocations. You don't need external validation or to prove anything to anyone, because you already know your worth. In addition, maturity allows you to prioritize resolution over retaliation. When you approach a hurtful situation with maturity, you're more likely to focus on finding a constructive solution rather than escalating the conflict. This might involve calmly addressing the issue with the other person, seeking clarification, or expressing your feelings in a way that invites understanding rather than defensiveness. A mature response paves the way for reconciliation and growth, both for yourself and potentially for the other person involved. Ultimately, showing maturity when someone hurts you reflects a deep understanding of yourself and your emotions. It's about knowing that you are in control of how you respond, and that your actions should align with your values and who you aspire to be. Maturity is about taking the high road even when it's difficult, because you understand that doing so will lead to better outcomes for both you and those around you. By choosing to respond with maturity, you demonstrate strength, self-awareness, and the ability to navigate difficult situations with grace and wisdom. When someone hurts or offends you, it's easy to focus on the immediate feelings of anger, frustration, or sadness. In those moments, the instinct to react impulsively can feel overwhelming, as if expressing those emotions right away will bring relief or resolution. However, what many don't consider is the long-term impact that those impulsive reactions can have, not only on the situation at hand, but on your relationships, reputation, and personal growth. Acting out in the heat of the moment may satisfy a temporary emotional need, but it can lead to consequences that are much harder to undo over time. Impulsive reactions often stem from the desire to defend oneself, to retaliate, or to assert control in a situation. Yet, in doing so, you might say or do things that you later regret. Words spoken in anger are particularly difficult to take back. Once you've said something hurtful or destructive, it lingers in the minds of those involved, often creating rifts that are hard to repair. A single emotional outburst, especially if it's extreme or unjustified, can change how others perceive you, potentially causing lasting damage to your reputation or relationships. Over time, these emotional reactions can build a pattern of behavior. If people start to associate you with being reactive or easily provoked, it can affect how they approach you in the future. In personal relationships, they may start to walk on eggshells around you, fearing that any disagreement or slight could lead to an outburst. This erodes trust and openness, leading to strained communication and emotional distance. In professional settings, being seen as someone who reacts impulsively can limit opportunities. Colleagues, clients, or superiors might view you as unpredictable or difficult to work with, which could ultimately hinder your career progression. Moreover, reacting impulsively to hurtful situations often leads to escalation, and with it, more lasting damage. What might have started as a small offense can quickly turn into a larger conflict if emotions aren't managed. Over time, these escalated conflicts can burn bridges, create deep resentment, and in some cases result in the permanent loss of important relationships. It's not uncommon for people to sever ties after a particularly volatile argument, even if the original issue was minor. In this way, the long-term impact of a single reaction can ripple outwards, creating far more harm than good. In contrast, choosing to pause and think before responding allows you to consider the long-term consequences of your actions. Rather than reacting based on fleeting emotions, you can evaluate whether responding emotionally will benefit you in the bigger picture. More often than not, when you take the time to reflect, you'll find that responding calmly or even choosing not to engage at all is the better option. This approach preserves relationships, maintains respect, and avoids unnecessary drama. By thinking about the long-term impact, you prevent yourself from making decisions that could have lasting negative effects. Responding thoughtfully also fosters personal growth. Every time you choose to remain calm in the face of hurt or offense, you're strengthening your emotional resilience. You become more adept at managing your emotions and controlling your impulses, which is a key indicator of emotional intelligence. Over time, this ability to remain level-headed will serve you well, not only in difficult situations, but in all aspects of life. It's a skill that helps you build stronger relationships, navigate conflicts more effectively, and maintain a sense of inner peace. The long-term impact of not reacting impulsively extends beyond your relationships and reputation. It also affects your mental and emotional well-being. Emotional outbursts can leave you feeling drained, stressed, and regretful. These negative emotions can linger, causing unnecessary mental strain and disrupting your peace of mind. By contrast, when you choose to respond thoughtfully and calmly, you protect your emotional health. You avoid the inner turmoil that comes from saying or doing things you wish you hadn't, and instead you feel a sense of pride in having handled the situation with grace. This long-term emotional balance contributes to a healthier, more fulfilling life. Additionally, by focusing on the long-term impact, you develop a deeper sense of self-awareness. You become more attuned to your emotional triggers and learn how to manage them effectively. This self-awareness allows you to approach future challenges with a greater sense of confidence and control. You recognize that your reactions are within your power, and that by managing them thoughtfully, you can shape the outcome of difficult situations in a way that aligns with your values and long-term goals. Finally, the long-term impact of how you respond to hurt or offense can shape your legacy. Whether in your personal life, professional career, or community, people will remember how you handled adversity. Those who respond with composure, grace, and maturity are often remembered as leaders, problem solvers, and individuals with integrity. On the other hand, those who are known for their impulsive reactions may struggle to maintain that same level of respect. By keeping the long-term impact in mind, you're building a reputation for being someone who handles challenges with strength and wisdom, which will benefit you in countless ways over time. In sum, while the temptation to react immediately when hurt may be strong, the long-term impact of doing so can be far-reaching and damaging. By taking the time to think before you act, you protect your relationships, reputation, emotional well-being, and personal growth. The rewards of managing your emotions thoughtfully far outweigh the fleeting satisfaction of an impulsive response. When someone hurts you, it is natural to feel a rush of emotions: anger, frustration, sadness, or disappointment. In these moments, the instinct is often to focus on the hurt itself, to dwell on the offense, and to react emotionally. However, focusing on the problem or the pain does not lead to a resolution. It often deepens the emotional intensity of the situation, causing you to become fixated on what went wrong rather than how to make it right. Shifting your mindset to focus on solutions rather than the offense is a much more productive and empowering approach. Focusing on solutions means directing your energy toward resolving the issue in a way that brings closure, understanding, or healing, rather than letting emotions dictate your actions. When you focus on the offense, you may be tempted to retaliate, hold a grudge, or engage in arguments that only escalate the conflict. These reactions keep you stuck in the problem, perpetuating negative feelings and deepening the divide between you and the other person. On the other hand, when you shift your perspective to finding a solution, you move out of the emotional space and into a space of constructive action. One of the first steps in focusing on solutions is to pause and assess the situation from a rational, objective standpoint. This helps you move beyond your initial emotional reaction and think about the outcome you truly want. Often, the immediate desire to express hurt or anger clouds your ability to think clearly about what you actually need from the situation. By focusing on a solution, you can ask yourself what resolution would bring you the most peace. Do you need an apology, a conversation to clear the air, or perhaps just time and distance to heal? By identifying your desired outcome, you can begin to move toward that goal rather than remaining stuck in the hurt. Focusing on solutions also means being willing to communicate effectively. In the heat of the moment, emotional reactions tend to drive communication in a way that is defensive or accusatory. This type of communication rarely leads to a productive outcome, as it often causes the other person to become defensive as well. By approaching the situation with a focus on resolution, you open the door to more constructive dialogue. Instead of attacking or blaming, you can express how you feel in a way that invites understanding and cooperation. For example, using statements such as "I felt hurt," when rather than "you made me feel." helps to communicate your feelings without placing blame, which can encourage the other person to listen rather than react defensively. Focusing on solutions also requires a level of emotional detachment from the situation. While it's important to acknowledge your feelings, allowing them to dominate your response can hinder your ability to think clearly about what needs to happen next. By detaching emotionally, you can assess the situation more objectively. This doesn't mean ignoring your emotions, but rather recognizing that they are one part of the situation, not the entirety of it. With this clarity, you can better evaluate how to approach the problem in a way that leads to a positive resolution. Furthermore, when you focus on solutions, you are prioritizing long-term outcomes over short-term reactions. Reacting impulsively may bring temporary satisfaction, such as the release of frustration or anger, but it rarely resolves the underlying issue. In fact, emotional reactions often complicate the situation further, leading to more hurt and misunderstandings. By focusing on solutions, you take a forward-thinking approach, considering how your actions will affect the future of the relationship or situation. This perspective helps you make choices that lead to a more positive and lasting resolution, rather than getting caught up in the emotions of the moment. In relationships, focusing on solutions strengthens the bond between individuals. Every relationship, whether it's romantic, familial, or professional, will encounter moments of conflict or misunderstanding. It's not the conflict itself that determines the strength of the relationship, but how the individuals involved choose to handle it. When both parties focus on finding solutions, it fosters mutual respect, understanding, and trust. Instead of allowing hurtful moments to create distance, the willingness to resolve the issue brings people closer as they learn to work through challenges together. This collaborative approach to problem solving strengthens the foundation of the relationship and builds resilience for future challenges. Finally, focusing on solutions contributes to your personal growth. Every challenge or conflict you encounter presents an opportunity to learn more about yourself, your emotions, and how you interact with others. By consistently choosing to focus on resolutions rather than getting lost in emotional reactions, you develop a greater sense of self-awareness and emotional maturity. You learn to handle difficult situations with grace, patience, and clarity, which are qualities that will serve you throughout your life. In summary, focusing on solutions when someone hurts you shifts the narrative from being emotionally reactive to being constructively proactive. It allows you to move beyond the pain and into a space where resolution, growth, and healing are possible. By approaching the situation with the intention of resolving it, you foster better communication, protect your relationships, and empower yourself to take control of how you respond. Ultimately, this mindset not only helps you navigate individual conflicts, but also contributes to your overall emotional well-being and personal development. When someone hurts you, the way you respond not only affects the immediate situation, but also sets an example for others. Modeling positive behavior in such moments is an opportunity to demonstrate emotional strength, maturity, and the power of making thoughtful rather than impulsive choices. When you choose to handle hurt or conflict with grace, patience, and understanding, you are showing others the value of taking the high road. By doing so, you become a role model, whether for your family, friends, colleagues, or even people you might not realize are paying attention. One of the most powerful aspects of modeling positive behavior is that it encourages others to rise to the same standard. When faced with hurtful situations, it's easy for emotions to take over, leading to reactions that escalate the conflict. But when you choose to respond with kindness, calmness, and respect, even in the face of negativity, it can diffuse tension and set the tone for how others should act in similar circumstances. People around you observe how you manage your emotions in conflicts, and they often mirror that behavior. By modeling positivity, you influence others to adopt more constructive approaches to handling their own challenges. In addition, when you model positive behavior, you are contributing to a culture of respect and kindness. Whether in your personal life, professional environment, or social interactions, people tend to follow the lead of those who are calm, composed, and fair in their dealings. When you respond to hurt with compassion and understanding, it creates an atmosphere where others feel safe to express themselves and where conflicts are less likely to escalate into harmful disputes. Over time, this fosters a culture where people are more likely to approach challenges with a mindset of resolution and cooperation rather than aggression or defensiveness. Modeling positive behavior is also a reflection of your own personal integrity. It shows that you are committed to living by your values, even when faced with adversity. When someone hurts you, it can feel tempting to retaliate or to meet negativity with negativity. However, choosing to respond in a positive manner demonstrates that you are guided by principles that transcend the immediate emotional reactions. It shows that you are focused on doing what is right rather than what is easy or emotionally satisfying in the moment. This kind of integrity not only earns you respect from others, but also reinforces your own sense of self-worth and personal fulfillment. Furthermore, modeling positive behavior creates a ripple effect. When people see you responding to difficult situations with kindness, patience, and understanding, they are more likely to adopt these behaviors in their own lives. This ripple effect can extend far beyond the immediate situation, influencing how others handle their own challenges and conflicts in the future. In this way, your actions have the potential to create a more positive and harmonious environment, both for yourself and for those around you. In conclusion, modeling positive behavior when someone hurts you is not just about maintaining peace in the moment, it's about setting an example for others, promoting emotional intelligence, and contributing to a more respectful and kind environment. By choosing to handle conflict with patience, understanding, and integrity, you show others the power of taking the high road. This approach not only influences those around you, but also strengthens your own emotional resilience and personal growth. Through your actions, you become a force for positivity, inspiring others to rise to the same standard and creating a ripple effect that promotes harmony and mutual respect in all areas of life. One of the first steps in maintaining a relationship after being hurt is to recognize that every relationship will face challenges. No matter how close or strong a relationship is, there will be moments of conflict, hurt feelings, or unmet expectations. Understanding this can help you approach the situation with a level of acceptance rather than seeing it as an irreparable fracture. Instead of focusing solely on the pain you've experienced, remind yourself of the value of the relationship and the positive history you share with the other person. This perspective allows you to see beyond the immediate hurt and consider what steps can be taken to repair and maintain the relationship. In addition to communication, empathy plays a crucial role in maintaining relationships when hurt occurs. Empathy involves putting yourself in the other person's shoes and trying to understand their perspective, even if you don't agree with their actions. This doesn't mean excusing hurtful behavior, but it does mean recognizing that people often act out of their own pain, insecurities, or misunderstandings. By approaching the situation with empathy, you demonstrate a willingness to see beyond your own hurt and consider the other person's feelings and motivations. This can help create a more compassionate and understanding dialogue, which is essential for preserving the relationship. Maintaining relationships also requires patience. Healing after hurt takes time, and it's important to allow yourself and the other person the space to process what happened. Rushing to resolve the issue or expecting things to immediately return to normal can lead to frustration and disappointment. Instead, be patient with the process of rebuilding trust and understanding. This might mean giving each other some time apart to cool down, reflect, and approach the situation with a clearer mind. Patience allows for more thoughtful and sincere resolution, which is key to maintaining a relationship in the long term. It's also essential to remember that maintaining a relationship is a two-way street. While you can do your part to communicate openly, empathize, and forgive, the other person must also be willing to meet you halfway. Healthy relationships are built on mutual effort, respect, and care. If the other person is unwilling or unable to engage in this process, it may be necessary to reevaluate the relationship. Maintaining a relationship doesn't mean tolerating repeated hurt or disrespect. It means working together to resolve conflicts and grow closer through the process. If the relationship is one-sided, with only you making an effort to repair it, maintaining it in the long run may not be possible or healthy. At the same time, when both parties are committed to resolving the issue, moments of hurt can actually strengthen the relationship. Overcoming challenges together builds resilience and deepens the bond between individuals. When you both engage in honest communication, forgiveness, and understanding, you come out on the other side with a greater sense of trust and connection. Each time you navigate conflict in a constructive way, you're building a stronger foundation for the future of the relationship. These experiences teach you how to handle future challenges and make the relationship more resilient. Maintaining a relationship after hurt also requires a level of self-awareness. You need to reflect on your own actions, emotions, and needs in the situation. Sometimes hurt can stem from misunderstandings or unmet expectations that weren't clearly communicated. By examining your own role in the situation, you can gain insight into how to prevent similar issues in the future. This self-awareness not only helps you better understand the dynamics of the relationship, but also contributes to your own personal growth. Through reflection, you can identify patterns or behaviors that might contribute to conflicts and work on improving them, which in turn benefits the relationship. Lastly, maintaining relationships requires a long-term perspective. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to get caught up in the immediate feelings of anger or hurt. But relationships are built over time, and a single moment of conflict doesn't define the entire relationship. By taking a step back and considering the bigger picture, you can assess whether the relationship is worth preserving and what steps need to be taken to maintain it. Focusing on the long-term value of the relationship helps you navigate temporary challenges with more clarity and purpose, ensuring that you don't make decisions based solely on fleeting emotions. In conclusion, maintaining relationships when someone hurts you involves a combination of open communication, empathy, forgiveness, patience, and self-awareness. It requires a commitment to resolving conflicts constructively and working together to rebuild trust and understanding. While hurt is inevitable in any relationship, how you respond to it determines whether the relationship will grow stronger or weaken over time. By focusing on resolution, setting healthy boundaries, and practicing patience and empathy, you can preserve and even strengthen the relationships that matter most to you. The first step in keeping power when someone hurts you is recognizing that while you cannot control the actions of others, you are fully in control of your response. This realization is empowering because it shifts the focus away from the hurtful action itself and toward how you choose to handle it. Many people feel a loss of power because they focus too much on what was done to them rather than how they can move forward from it. By acknowledging that your response is entirely within your control, you reclaim your personal agency. This gives you the ability to choose a path of strength and dignity rather than reacting impulsively based on hurt emotions. Another aspect of keeping power is deciding whether and how to address the hurt. You don't have to engage in every conflict or respond to every offense, and knowing when to let things go is a form of power in itself. Not every hurt requires confrontation or resolution, and sometimes walking away from a situation without engaging further is the most powerful decision you can make. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings or ignoring the hurt, but rather choosing where to invest your energy. By consciously deciding whether a particular conflict is worth addressing, you demonstrate that you are in control of what affects your emotional and mental state. Setting boundaries is another key way to maintain power when someone hurts you. Often, hurtful actions come from repeated patterns of behavior that are left unchecked. By establishing firm boundaries, you communicate what is acceptable and what is not in the relationship. This act of boundary setting is empowering because it shifts the responsibility for change onto the other person. You are no longer reacting to their behavior, but proactively shaping how you will be treated moving forward. Boundaries allow you to maintain your dignity and self-respect as they ensure that you are not simply tolerating harmful actions or allowing yourself to be mistreated. In this way, keeping power means recognizing that you deserve respect and taking steps to ensure that your boundaries are respected. Forgiveness, too, can be an act of power. Many people think of forgiveness as something passive, as if by forgiving someone, you are letting them get away with what they did. But true forgiveness is an active process that allows you to reclaim your emotional freedom. By forgiving someone, you are not excusing their actions, but rather choosing to let go of the anger or resentment that could keep you emotionally tied to the situation. In this sense, forgiveness is a way of taking back power because it prevents the hurt from having a lasting hold over you. It frees you to move forward without carrying the weight of the past, showing that you are in control of your own emotional landscape. Another powerful strategy is emotional detachment. Detaching emotionally from the situation doesn't mean you don't care or that the hurt didn't matter. It means you are choosing to distance yourself from the emotional turmoil that the hurt might cause. By detaching, you can view the situation more objectively and make decisions based on logic and reason rather than raw emotion. This detachment allows you to see the bigger picture and maintain your power by not allowing the situation to consume your thoughts and emotions. It also helps you to remain centered and focused on your own well-being, rather than getting lost in the drama or conflict created by the hurtful act. In addition, maintaining power means not allowing the hurt to define you. When someone wrongs you, it's easy to internalize that hurt and start to question your worth or value. However, keeping power means recognizing that the hurtful action is a reflection of the other person, not you. Their behavior is a result of their own issues, insecurities, or shortcomings, and it does not diminish your worth. By maintaining this perspective, you protect your self-esteem and sense of identity from being influenced by others' actions. This internal strength allows you to remain confident and centered, even in the face of hurtful situations. Finally, keeping power is about practicing self-care. When you've been hurt, it's crucial to prioritize your own well-being and take steps to heal emotionally. This might involve taking time for yourself, seeking support from loved ones, or engaging in activities that nurture your mental and emotional health. By focusing on your own healing and self-care, you ensure that the hurt does not consume you or derail your overall happiness. This act of self-care is a way of reclaiming power because it reinforces that your well-being is your top priority, and you won't let the actions of others compromise it. In conclusion, keeping power when someone hurts you is about maintaining control over your emotional response, your actions, and ultimately your sense of self. It involves staying calm, setting boundaries, practicing forgiveness, and focusing on your long-term well-being rather than getting caught up in short-term emotions. By choosing how you respond to hurtful situations, you demonstrate strength, resilience, and emotional intelligence, showing that while others may hurt you, they do not have the power to control you. One of the primary advantages of silence is the opportunity for introspection. When you are hurt, emotions can run high, leading to reactions that may not reflect your true feelings or intentions. By choosing silence, you create space to process what has happened and how you truly feel about it. This reflective pause can help you differentiate between initial emotional reactions like anger or sadness and your deeper values and needs. It allows you to sift through the noise of your emotions and focus on what is most important to you, guiding your eventual response in a more constructive direction. Silence also provides the opportunity for deeper empathy and understanding. When you're hurt, it's easy to become consumed by your own feelings, but stepping back and remaining silent allows you to consider the other person's perspective. They may have acted out of their own pain, misunderstanding, or personal challenges. By taking time to reflect silently on their possible motivations, you can cultivate empathy and a more compassionate understanding of the situation. This doesn't mean excusing their behavior, but it allows for a more nuanced view that can inform how you choose to address the issue when you are ready to do so. Additionally, silence can act as a powerful boundary-setting tool. When someone hurts you, it's often essential to communicate that their actions are not acceptable. However, you don't always have to verbalize this immediately. By taking a step back and maintaining silence, you can communicate through your actions and demeanor that you are not willing to engage in harmful behavior. This silent boundary sets a clear expectation that you expect respect and kindness in your interactions without the need for confrontation. This allows you to establish your boundaries in a way that is calm and assertive rather than reactive and defensive. Furthermore, silence can foster resilience. By choosing to respond to hurt with silence rather than an immediate emotional reaction, you build your emotional strength. You learn that you can sit with discomfort without feeling the need to lash out or engage in conflict. This practice of holding space for your emotions without immediately acting on them creates a greater sense of control over your emotional responses, empowering you to navigate future challenges with a calmer demeanor. It reinforces the idea that you do not need external validation or reactions from others to maintain your self-worth. Moreover, silence encourages a focus on actions rather than words. While words can be powerful, they can also be easily misinterpreted or forgotten. Actions, on the other hand, have a lasting impact. By choosing silence, you can allow your actions to speak for you. You can demonstrate through your behavior that you are committed to maintaining your dignity and self-respect, regardless of how others may act. This emphasis on action allows you to reinforce your values in a way that is far more enduring than verbal assertions alone. It is also essential to recognize that silence doesn't mean suppressing your feelings or pretending that nothing has happened. It's important to acknowledge your emotions internally, reflecting on them, and understanding what you need to heal. Silence is a tool for clarity, not a means of avoidance. It's about choosing when and how to express your feelings rather than reacting impulsively. This internal acknowledgement can facilitate healing and personal growth, leading to a more grounded understanding of yourself and your emotions over time. When someone hurts you, it can trigger a cascade of negative emotions ranging from anger and sadness to confusion and betrayal. This emotional turmoil can significantly impact your mental health, making it essential to prioritize your well-being in such situations. Protecting your mental health after experiencing hurt involves a multifaceted approach that encompasses self-awareness, healthy coping mechanisms, and setting boundaries. By consciously taking steps to care for your mental health, you can navigate the emotional aftermath of hurt in a way that fosters healing and resilience. One of the first steps in protecting your mental health is to acknowledge your feelings. It's natural to experience a wide range of emotions when you've been hurt, and allowing yourself to feel these emotions is crucial for processing them effectively. Suppressing feelings of hurt, anger, or sadness can lead to increased stress and emotional turmoil, manifesting in anxiety, depression, or even physical symptoms such as headaches and fatigue. Instead of pushing these feelings aside, take the time to identify and validate them. Recognizing that it's okay to feel hurt empowers you to confront your emotions rather than run from them, creating a foundation for healing. Once you have acknowledged your emotions, reflecting on the impact of the hurt is essential. Consider how the situation has affected your thoughts, behaviors, and overall well-being. Engaging in self-reflection allows you to gain insight into how the experience has shaped your mental state and helps you identify any patterns that may arise in response to hurtful situations. This awareness can guide you in addressing negative thought patterns, fostering a more constructive mindset. For instance, if you find yourself ruminating on the hurt, it might be beneficial to challenge those thoughts and replace them with affirmations of your worth and resilience. Establishing healthy coping mechanisms is another vital aspect of protecting your mental health. When faced with hurt, it's common to resort to unhealthy coping strategies such as withdrawing from social interactions, engaging in self-blame, or turning to substances to numb the pain. However, these behaviors can further deteriorate your mental well-being in the long run. Instead, consider more constructive approaches to coping, such as journaling, practicing mindfulness, or engaging in physical activity. These activities not only help you process your emotions, but also contribute to a greater sense of empowerment and control over your mental state. Mindfulness and meditation are particularly effective tools for protecting mental health. By incorporating mindfulness practices into your routine, you can cultivate awareness of your thoughts and emotions without judgment. This practice allows you to observe your feelings without becoming overwhelmed by them, promoting emotional regulation and resilience. Meditation can also provide a sense of calm and clarity, helping you navigate difficult emotions with greater ease. By focusing on your breath or engaging in guided meditation, you can create a mental space that fosters healing and self-acceptance. Practicing self-compassion is another powerful way to protect your mental health after being hurt. When you experience emotional pain, it's easy to fall into the trap of self-criticism or blame. Instead of harshly judging yourself for your feelings or responses, approach yourself with kindness and understanding. Recognize that everyone experiences hurt, and it's a natural part of being human. By treating yourself with compassion, you can create a nurturing inner dialogue that fosters healing rather than shame. This self-compassion allows you to acknowledge your pain without allowing it to define your worth, promoting a healthier mental state. Another important aspect of protecting your mental health is engaging in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. When you've been hurt, it's easy to lose interest in the things that once made you happy. However, participating in enjoyable activities can help shift your focus away from the hurt and create positive experiences that contribute to your overall well-being. Whether it's pursuing hobbies, spending time in nature, or connecting with loved ones, these positive experiences can serve as a buffer against the negative emotions associated with being hurt. Engaging in activities that align with your interests also reinforces your sense of self and empowers you to reclaim your joy. It's also essential to recognize when professional support is necessary. If you find that your mental health is significantly impacted by the hurt you've experienced, leading to persistent feelings of sadness, anxiety, or hopelessness, it may be time to seek help from a mental health professional. Therapy can provide a safe space to explore your feelings, develop coping strategies, and gain insights into the patterns of behavior that may be affecting your mental well-being. A trained therapist can help you process your experiences in a constructive way, allowing for healing and personal growth. Furthermore, practicing gratitude can be a powerful tool for enhancing your mental health. While it may seem counterintuitive to focus on gratitude in the wake of hurt, intentionally acknowledging the positive aspects of your life can shift your perspective and promote resilience. By reflecting on the things you are grateful for, whether it's supportive relationships, personal achievements, or even small moments of joy, you can cultivate a more positive mindset. This practice encourages a sense of hope and fosters emotional balance, reminding you that even amidst pain, there are still aspects of life that bring joy and fulfillment. In conclusion, protecting your mental health after experiencing hurt is an essential process that requires intentionality and self-care. By acknowledging your emotions, establishing healthy coping mechanisms, setting boundaries, and nurturing supportive relationships, you create a strong foundation for emotional well-being. Engaging in mindfulness practices, self-compassion, and positive activities fosters resilience and promotes healing, allowing you to navigate the emotional aftermath of hurt with greater strength and clarity. Remember that prioritizing your mental health is not only a sign of self-respect, but also a crucial step toward healing and personal growth. Engaging in self-reflection is another powerful tool for gaining perspective. After experiencing hurt, take time to examine your feelings and the events that led up to the situation. Consider what triggered your emotional response and how it aligns with your values and past experiences. Reflecting on your thoughts and feelings allows you to understand why the situation affected you so deeply. This self-awareness is vital for personal growth, as it enables you to identify patterns in your responses to conflict and helps you navigate similar situations in the future with greater clarity and composure. Journaling can be an effective way to capture these reflections, as writing down your thoughts can provide insight into your emotions and the underlying issues at play. Additionally, seeking feedback from trusted friends or family members can help you gain perspective on the situation. Sometimes those close to us can offer valuable insights that we may overlook when we are caught up in our emotions. By discussing the situation with someone who can provide an objective viewpoint, you can better understand the dynamics at play and receive validation for your feelings. This external perspective can also help you see aspects of the situation that you may have missed, allowing for a more rounded understanding of the circumstances. However, it's important to choose individuals who are supportive and understanding, as negative or critical responses can exacerbate your pain rather than help you heal. Empathy plays a significant role in gaining perspective as well. When you're hurt by someone, it can be challenging to see the situation from their point of view. However, attempting to understand the motivations and emotions of the other person can lead to greater insight. Consider the context of their actions, what may have been driving them to behave in a hurtful manner. Are they dealing with their own issues or insecurities? This doesn't excuse their behavior, but it can help you recognize that their actions may stem from their struggles rather than a personal attack against you. By practicing empathy, you can foster forgiveness and reduce the intensity of your hurt, leading to emotional healing. Moreover, practicing mindfulness can be instrumental in gaining perspective. Mindfulness encourages you to stay present in the moment without judgment, allowing you to observe your thoughts and feelings as they arise. This practice helps you detach from the emotional intensity of the situation and enables you to process your feelings more objectively. Mindfulness can also create a mental space that fosters clarity, helping you identify the root causes of your hurt and consider how to respond in a way that aligns with your values and goals. Techniques such as meditation, deep breathing, or even mindful walking can aid in this process, providing a sense of calm that facilitates deeper reflection. Finally, gaining perspective requires a willingness to let go of the need for validation from others. When you're hurt, it's natural to seek reassurance from friends or loved ones, but relying solely on external validation can lead to dependency and frustration. Instead, focus on validating your own feelings and experiences. Recognize that your emotions are legitimate and deserve acknowledgement, regardless of how others may respond. By cultivating self-validation, you empower yourself to navigate your feelings without relying on external approval, which fosters resilience and independence in your emotional journey. In conclusion, gaining perspective after experiencing hurt is a crucial process that involves reflection, empathy, and a willingness to view the situation from various angles. By taking the time to step back, engage in self-reflection, seek feedback, and practice empathy, you can develop a more comprehensive understanding of the situation and its impact on your emotional well-being. Reframing the narrative surrounding the hurtful experience, recognizing the transient nature of emotions, and broadening your perspective to consider the bigger picture are all essential steps in this process. Ultimately, gaining perspective empowers you to navigate the emotional aftermath of hurt with greater clarity, resilience, and understanding, paving the way for healing and personal growth. Avoiding regret in the wake of being hurt by someone is a critical aspect of emotional well-being. When we face emotional pain, the reactions we choose can significantly impact not only our current mental state, but also how we feel about the situation in the long run. Regret often stems from impulsive actions taken in the heat of the moment, words spoken in anger, actions taken out of hurt, or decisions made without fully considering the consequences. To avoid regret, it's essential to approach these situations with intention, mindfulness, and self-awareness. Self-reflection is another crucial component of avoiding regret. After experiencing hurt, it's vital to take time to consider what has happened, how it has affected you, and what role you played in the situation. Self-reflection allows you to examine your thoughts and feelings without judgment, fostering a deeper understanding of your emotional landscape. This practice can help you clarify your needs and priorities, enabling you to communicate them more effectively to the person who hurt you. Understanding your emotions also aids in identifying patterns in your responses to conflict, allowing you to approach similar situations with greater awareness and intention in the future. Communicating your feelings can also help mitigate regret. Often, when we experience hurt, we harbor feelings of resentment or frustration that can fester if left unaddressed. Open and honest communication can pave the way for resolution and understanding, reducing the likelihood of regret later on. When you express your feelings constructively, you give the other person an opportunity to understand your perspective and, potentially, to apologize or make amends. This dialogue not only helps to clear the air, but also fosters a deeper connection and understanding, which can be healing for both parties involved. Setting boundaries is essential for preventing regret as well. When someone hurts you, it's important to establish what behaviors are acceptable and what are not. Boundaries empower you to protect your emotional well-being while also signaling to others that you value yourself. By clearly communicating your boundaries, you can reduce the likelihood of future hurts that could lead to regretful reactions. Boundaries allow you to engage in relationships more intentionally and help ensure that your interactions align with your values and self-respect. Cultivating emotional intelligence is another effective strategy for avoiding regret. Emotional intelligence involves recognizing, understanding, and managing your own emotions while also empathizing with the feelings of others. By developing this skill, you become more adept at navigating complex emotional situations. Emotional intelligence enables you to respond to hurt with greater self-awareness and compassion, both for yourself and for others. This understanding can prevent regretful actions by fostering a more balanced approach to emotional conflicts where you can communicate your feelings without resorting to hurtful behaviors. Moreover, adopting a growth mindset can play a significant role in minimizing regret. A growth mindset involves viewing challenges and setbacks as opportunities for learning and development rather than as failures. When you approach hurtful experiences with the belief that you can learn and grow from them, you're less likely to dwell on what you wish you had done differently. Instead, you can focus on how the experience can inform your future actions and relationships. This perspective fosters resilience and encourages you to embrace change and adaptability, reducing the emotional weight of regret. Another essential aspect of avoiding regret is practicing forgiveness. Holding on to grudges or resentment not only prolongs emotional pain, but can also lead to regretful actions in response to those feelings. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning the hurtful behavior, rather. It's about releasing the emotional hold that the situation has on you. By choosing to forgive, whether it's forgiving the other person or yourself for past mistakes, you free yourself from the burden of negative emotions, allowing for healing and a clearer perspective. This process can lead to greater emotional well-being and a reduced likelihood of engaging in regretful behaviors. Engaging in mindfulness practices can be a powerful tool for avoiding regret as well. Mindfulness encourages you to stay present in the moment, observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment. This practice can help you cultivate greater self-awareness, enabling you to respond to hurt with intentionality rather than impulsivity. By training your mind to focus on the present moment, you can reduce rumination about past actions and diminish the grip of regret on your emotional well-being. In conclusion, avoiding regret after being hurt involves a comprehensive approach that prioritizes self-awareness, communication, and emotional intelligence. By practicing self-control, engaging in self-reflection, and setting healthy boundaries, you can navigate difficult situations with greater intention and thoughtfulness. Prioritizing self-care, cultivating forgiveness, and embracing a growth mindset further contribute to reducing the likelihood of regretful actions. Ultimately, approaching hurt with mindfulness and seeking closure enables you to learn from your experiences and foster emotional resilience, allowing you to move forward with greater clarity and peace of mind. Demonstrating self-respect is an essential aspect of maintaining a healthy relationship with yourself, especially after experiencing hurt from others. Self-respect is more than just a feeling, it's a conscious choice to value yourself, set boundaries, and prioritize your well-being. When someone has wronged you, it's easy to fall into patterns of self-doubt, shame, or anger, leading to a diminished sense of self-worth. However, actively choosing to demonstrate self-respect can serve as a powerful antidote to this emotional turmoil, allowing you to reclaim your sense of identity and dignity. One of the foundational elements of self-respect is recognizing and acknowledging your worth as an individual. Each person possesses unique qualities, strengths, and experiences that contribute to their value. After being hurt, it's crucial to remind yourself of these intrinsic qualities. Engage in self-affirmation by listing your strengths and achievements, no matter how small they may seem. This practice helps combat negative self-talk that can arise in the wake of emotional pain and reinforces a positive self-image. By affirming your worth, you lay the groundwork for a more resilient mindset, which can shield you from the negative impacts of others' actions. Setting clear boundaries is another vital way to demonstrate self-respect. When someone has hurt you, it often indicates a violation of your personal boundaries. Recognizing where those boundaries lie and communicating them effectively is essential for maintaining your emotional well-being. Boundaries are not just limits, they are declarations of what you will and will not tolerate in your relationships. By asserting your boundaries, you send a clear message to others about how you expect to be treated. This not only protects you from further harm, but also reinforces your sense of self-worth. Remember that it's okay to prioritize your needs and to say no when something doesn't align with your values. Moreover, self-respect involves taking responsibility for your own emotional well-being. This means acknowledging your feelings, whether they are hurt, anger, or sadness, and giving yourself permission to experience them without judgment. It's essential to recognize that these emotions are valid responses to being hurt. Instead of suppressing your feelings or blaming yourself for the hurt you've experienced, honor them. Engaging in practices such as journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or seeking professional support can facilitate this process. By taking ownership of your emotions, you demonstrate self-respect and a commitment to your own healing. Surrounding yourself with positive influences is another effective way to demonstrate self-respect. The people we choose to associate with can significantly impact our self-esteem and emotional well-being. After experiencing hurt, it's important to evaluate your relationships and distance yourself from those who drain your energy or undermine your self-worth. Seek out individuals who uplift, support, and inspire you, those who recognize your value and encourage your growth. By surrounding yourself with positive influences, you reinforce your self-respect and create an environment conducive to healing and personal development. Practicing assertiveness is a powerful tool for demonstrating self-respect as well. Being assertive means expressing your thoughts, feelings, and needs openly and honestly while also respecting the rights and feelings of others. After being hurt, it's important to communicate your needs and expectations clearly. This may involve addressing the person who hurt you, explaining how their actions affected you, and articulating what you need moving forward. Assertiveness empowers you to take control of your narrative and ensures that your voice is heard. By expressing yourself assertively, you reinforce your sense of self-worth and demonstrate that you deserve to be treated with respect. Engaging in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment is also essential for demonstrating self-respect. When navigating the aftermath of hurt, it's easy to lose sight of the things that once brought you happiness. Reconnecting with hobbies, interests, or passions can reignite your sense of purpose and joy. These activities serve as a reminder that you deserve to experience joy and fulfillment in your life, regardless of external circumstances. By actively seeking out joy, you reinforce your self-worth and demonstrate a commitment to nurturing your own happiness. Lastly, cultivating a positive mindset is crucial for demonstrating self-respect. After being hurt, it's easy to become consumed by negative thoughts and feelings of unworthiness. However, intentionally shifting your focus toward positive affirmations, gratitude, and optimism can transform your perspective. Practice gratitude by acknowledging the aspects of your life that you appreciate, no matter how small. By fostering a positive mindset, you not only enhance your emotional well-being, but also reinforce your belief in your own worthiness. This shift in perspective empowers you to approach life with resilience and confidence, further demonstrating your self-respect. In conclusion, demonstrating self-respect after experiencing hurt is a multifaceted process that involves recognizing your worth, setting boundaries, prioritizing self-care, and fostering self-compassion. By surrounding yourself with positive influences, practicing assertiveness, embracing personal growth, and engaging in activities that bring you joy, you actively reinforce your self-worth. Cultivating a positive mindset further enhances your emotional well-being, allowing you to navigate the aftermath of hurt with resilience and dignity. Ultimately, demonstrating self-respect empowers you to reclaim your sense of identity and fosters a healthier relationship with yourself and others. Staying focused on your goals is crucial, especially in times of emotional turmoil, such as after being hurt by someone. When you experience emotional pain, it can be easy to become distracted by negative feelings and thoughts, which can pull your attention away from what truly matters in your life. Maintaining focus on your goals allows you to channel your energy into productive pursuits and facilitates healing and growth. This process requires intentionality, clarity, and perseverance, as well as strategies to keep your vision at the forefront of your mind. To begin, it's essential to clearly define your goals. Whether they are personal, professional, or relational, having a concrete understanding of what you want to achieve provides direction and motivation. Take time to reflect on your aspirations and write them down in a clear and actionable format. This could involve setting specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound SMART goals that guide your actions. By articulating your goals, you create a roadmap for your journey, making it easier to stay focused on what you want to accomplish despite the emotional distractions that may arise from being hurt. Once your goals are defined, break them down into smaller, manageable steps. Large goals can sometimes feel overwhelming, especially in the aftermath of emotional pain. By breaking them into smaller, actionable tasks, you create a sense of progress and achievement along the way. Each small step completed serves as a reminder of your capabilities and helps to reinforce your commitment to your goals. This structured approach not only alleviates feelings of overwhelm, but also allows you to maintain focus and momentum, keeping your mind directed toward the future rather than dwelling on past hurt. Creating a vision board can be a powerful visual reminder of your goals and aspirations. A vision board is a collage of images, quotes, and symbols that represent what you want to achieve in your life. By visually representing your goals, you create a tangible reminder of your ambitions, which can help to keep you motivated and focused, especially during challenging times. Place your vision board in a prominent location where you will see it regularly, allowing it to inspire you and serve as a constant reminder of the path you are pursuing. Engaging with this visual representation of your goals can reignite your passion and commitment, pulling your focus away from hurtful experiences. Another effective strategy for staying focused on your goals is to develop a routine that prioritizes your aspirations. Establishing daily habits that align with your goals creates a sense of structure and consistency in your life. This routine could include setting aside time each day to work on specific tasks related to your goals, practicing self-care, or engaging in activities that promote personal growth. By integrating your goals into your daily life, you create a rhythm that keeps you anchored and focused, making it less likely that you will become distracted by negative emotions. Additionally, mindfulness practices can significantly enhance your ability to stay focused on your goals. Mindfulness encourages you to remain present in the moment, allowing you to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. This practice can help you recognize when negative feelings related to being hurt begin to cloud your focus, enabling you to redirect your attention back to your goals. Techniques such as meditation, deep breathing exercises, or mindful journaling can help cultivate this awareness, providing you with the tools to maintain focus amid emotional challenges. Moreover, surrounding yourself with supportive individuals is vital for maintaining your focus on your goals. The people you choose to engage with can significantly influence your mindset and motivation. Seek out friends, family members, or mentors who uplift you and share your aspirations. Having a supportive network provides encouragement and accountability, reminding you of your goals and helping you stay focused on the path forward. When you encounter emotional challenges, these individuals can offer perspective, support, and motivation, reinforcing your commitment to your objectives. In addition, regularly reviewing and assessing your goals is an effective way to stay focused and committed. Periodically evaluate your progress and reflect on what is working well and what may need adjustment. This reflective practice helps you stay aligned with your goals and allows you to make necessary changes along the way. By acknowledging your achievements, no matter how small, you reinforce your sense of purpose and motivation. This process of reflection and adjustment encourages resilience, allowing you to navigate the ups and downs of life while remaining focused on your aspirations. Lastly, embracing a growth mindset can significantly enhance your ability to stay focused on your goals. A growth mindset involves viewing challenges and setbacks as opportunities for learning and development rather than as failures. When you encounter obstacles such as emotional pain from being hurt, approach them with curiosity and a willingness to adapt. This mindset allows you to remain resilient and flexible, fostering a sense of agency in your journey toward achieving your goals. By reframing challenges as learning experiences, you can maintain your focus and commitment, even in the face of adversity. In conclusion, staying focused on your goals after experiencing hurt requires intentionality, clarity, and resilience. By clearly defining your aspirations, breaking them down into manageable steps, and creating visual reminders, you set a solid foundation for your journey. Establishing routines, practicing mindfulness, and surrounding yourself with supportive individuals further enhances your ability to maintain focus. By cultivating self-discipline, regularly assessing your progress, and embracing a growth mindset, you empower yourself to navigate emotional challenges while remaining committed to your goals. Ultimately, staying focused on your goals not only promotes healing, but also fosters personal growth and fulfillment in your life.